What'd you need, little Timmy?
Well, sir, I can't even find a copper nickel.
Oh, you ran out of money? No problem. Let Grandpa Vasi give you some money. There you go, buddy. There you go, Timmy.
Hey everybody, welcome to another session of Vasi Games. So today I wanted to talk to you about something I've been doing for years, and most of my teacher friends have probably tried this in one form or another. I'm talking about setting up a little store. So basically, what I did was I would create my own currency, which I'll probably later get arrested for, but I would just put my picture on different denominations of bills. So I'd have the Vasi $20, the Vasi 10, the Vasi 50, and I would hand them out for different reasons. So for example, if a kid got 100 on a quiz, I'd be like, you just earned yourself a Vasi $20 bill. You could give them out for all different kinds of reasons, for being on time to class, everybody getting their homework done, a certain side of the room winning at a game, all different reasons to give them out. But the real reward comes when I would open up shop. So I would open up my little Vasi store. You can open it before school, during lunch, after school, whenever you and the students have free time. And then I would have my students know that they can come in and buy all these little quirky odds and ends that I had purchased, from candy to weird little toys to everything that you can imagine under the sun. The great part was that it kind of served to scratch that shopping itch. So wherever I went, I was always excited because I knew a couple dollars could get me a little prize here or there. So if I was in Mark's clearance section or Target,
I'm always looking for store items. So for example, when I go into Target and I find something on clearance, I'm usually going to try to pick it up, and I give my wife that look immediately, this kind of look. Hey, honey, can I buy prizes? And she'll give me back this look.
and even though my wife knows I'm going to be asking for prizes, by the time we leave that store, I always be like,
and so I'm always going out of the store with all this junk in my cart, and it's really enjoyable for me because I bought this huge bag of candy for, 90% off after the Halloween sale or whatever. And so I always get to feed that little shopping itch. Now, you might be thinking, I've tried stuff like that, I've given little dollars out here and there, and it didn't quite work so well. Well, let me give you a couple hints that have helped me. Number one, if you can find a teacher to partner up with, it makes your life so much better. So I had this one gentleman. I'm going to tell you a story about this guy, how I met him. Strange incident. I was teaching at a big urban high school, and we had this little tiny room designated for the teacher lounge area that you could go in off the beaten path. There was a huge crazy hallway right there. You go in there, you relax for your 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever you got. You could eat your lunch in there. So once in a while I'd go in there and relax. One particular day I opened the door. I'm like, I'm going to relax. Hopefully no one's in here. Sit down, no one's in there. All of a sudden, I get startled. I look in the corner in the shadows. I saw, those like Alfred Hitchcock movies, I see some weird little shadowy figure. Actually, I don't think he was making noises, but he had this long, gnarly beard. And I'm not kidding you. At first, I legitimately thought it was an Amish gentleman sitting in the corner, and I was thinking, wow, I did not know Amish people subbed at big high schools. And because he had the Amish beard, he was dressed in the nice white shirt and slacks. Come to find out, he wasn't Amish. He couldn't grow a mustache at all. So that's just an issue that he has. Sorry, Nelson. But he became my best teacher friend and just I've ever had, and we connected all over. He was substituting there. Eventually, he got a job somewhere, and we started teaching together. And so I had been doing my store, I just called it the Vasi store, for years before that. And so we teamed up and we created Vasi's Macy's at Market Square. His last name was Juarez. And so the kids would either get Warbucks or Vasi Bucks, and they could spend both currencies at our store. We would always make fun of each other and say it took 20 Warbucks to make one Vasi Bucks and all that. But the kids would come in and we would both set up all of the junk we had accumulated for the past 4 or 5 weeks. And it was just so fun because the kids, number one, knew that a lot of it was goofy, weird stuff, but some of it was pretty good finds. Once in a while, he would be like, I found these full-size candy bars. You know, they were 20 cents. I bought 20 of them. And so we would eat half of them first. That's always the fun part before the kids come in, and then they'd come in and buy the rest. Once in a while, we'd have stuff that was left over from about 3 years ago, and we tried to bite it, and it was obviously spoiled. I didn't know candy could do that, but it would break half of our teeth. The deal was, though, it was just so much fun to do this with another teacher and have them involved, have their students involved with your students. So that's a great thing. Now, you might not be able to get another teacher. Maybe people are like, hey, this is high school, you weirdo, kids aren't going to like that. So here's problem number 2, where you're thinking to yourself, you know, yeah, that might be good if they're 8, 9, 10 years old. You know, they're going to come in and they're going to get a little toy, like they go to the dentist's office and they're going to be like, I like life, dee-dee-dee. But a 17-year-old's going to be like, get this out of my face. Let me tell you a little secret. All people like to get prizes. Have you ever won something? You're not even totally sure what it is, but they're like, you know, here, you got this raffle number, you won. Doesn't your heart go, smile? Because winning something or getting something is just fun. And so I've done this in classes where I've had older students. They looked bigger than me. They were, you know, fairly mature. And I would still have a good majority of them come in to the store, buy little packs of toy army men, buy gum, buy all kinds of things. And sometimes they'd be like, oh yeah, this is for my little sister. And they'd get it and walk out and I'd be like, yeah, and I'd see them playing with it on their desk. The thing is though that people enjoy that. So it's something to look forward to. It's a reward system that you don't have to necessarily alter grades for, that you can just give out money during the quarter and that people can come in and buy little rewards. And it's fun during the time that you do it to go out to the stores, to always search the little clearance sections and buy things. Let me tell you one little quick little final thing about it is that you can help with grades if you want to. So for example, let's say you're giving out your money or your currency, your, let's say, Ramirez Bucks for good grades or turning in homework or best score in the class, things like that. Well, you can offer at the store homework passes. You can offer extra credit. You can offer all kinds of cool things. I'm a good artist, and so, well, that's what I tell myself. So what I've done in the past is, let's say that a student comes in, what I'll have is something like this, where I'm like, this costs 100 Vasi Bucks, and it's a Vasi drawing. And I'll draw any character that you want. And so let's say a student comes in, they're like, oh, I want that. And so they're like, I want you to draw Mario. Now here comes a quick one. I'm like, okay, here comes Mario. Do, do, do. And I go home and I draw this out for them. And I draw them a nice Mario picture, and I bring it back, and I frame it. I buy a dollar store frame, and I give it to them, and they're like, I love you, Vasi, and I'm like, give me that $100. And so you can use your talents and your skills. Let's say that you're a good singer as a teacher, and you're like, you know what? I will sing a song to the class, or I'll, you know, if the class raises 500 Ramirez Bucks, I'll dye my hair pink for a day. You can do all kinds of cool things that motivate and use this currency to do it. I hope that helped you, and I will see you next time.